Imagine walking free from prison, only to find out your own home might send you right back behind bars. Today, Judge Raquel West faces a bizarre dilemma. Adam M.O., a man on probation for child pornography charges, is living just 574 feet from a church playground. The question is, will the judge bend the rules or send him back to prison?
Good morning, you're Adam Moe. Okay, so we're here because Mr. Moe is on probation for I did a different type thing where Mr. Moe went and did some time on some of his cases in prison, got out and is now on probation. Apparently there are some potential issues with regard to where he's living that weren't issues with parole, but are issues with probation. Is that correct?
It sounds like they may be issues with probation.
Okay.
That's kind of why our original emergency motion had a strange title, because we didn't know what else to call this.
Sure.
Other than in an effort to make sure that he is doing everything correctly. I think our mission on that was, let's get in front of the court and make sure this is being done correctly.
So what's the issue, potentially?
Adam's parents, Jody and Chris Moe, who the court may remember, they're present again today, while Adam was incarcerated, went to a number of lengths with the folks from parole to make sure that any home that Adam was going to live in upon his release and beginning the out of prison portion of probation and parole, he's on parole too.
Correct.
That their home where he was going to live was in compliance.
Right. Parole's approved it.
Parole has approved it.
So where are we?
The court doesn't mind, I'd rather not say the address.
No, I don't need that. I just need to know what the issue is with
The
probation.
issue is we are at 574 feet from a church that has a playground attached to it. And I don't want to speak for probation at all, but condition, I think it's 33. It isn't vague, but it's neither inclusive nor exhaustive. So I don't know exactly what the conversation was that probation had with Adam the day that he reported immediately upon his release from prison a couple weeks ago. And I don't believe that the conversation was, hey, you can't live there. It was, this is kind of an issue. So our position is a lot of effort was made.
So what's the issue?
Excuse me. So his condition number 33 says that he's not to be within 1,000 feet of places where children call and gather.
Right.
So it's not limited to that list. And so I believe it's the 574 feet from the church with the playground attached is the issue.
Okay. I'm looking at the order now. Off power, any strong feelings one way or the other?
Judge, we leave it to discretion of the court. I understand what probation is worried about.
Sure.
Set them up to fail. I do understand that's unique with parole and probation, two different entities, but I don't.
Well, and
I
the
don't want to
offenses
violate it.
were possession of child pornography.
Correct.
There weren't any allegations of
There were 10,
assaults or anything like
correct,
that. Okay.
just 10 charges of possession. And 5, we put 5 down penitentiary and 5 with probation.
Right. Is there a GPS at this point?
No,
As
he
a-
hasn't had his initial actual assignment is tomorrow. He just did intake. Correct me if I'm
Sure.
wrong. He just did
No, and I
intake.
appreciate being proactive, and that is good. We don't want to be in here the first month because there's a violation, which technically that would be a violation. There's no doubt that it's not vague. That would for sure be a violation.
No, in my reading too on the geography of this thing, Judge, is that if Adam were to make, I'm going to call it a left turn if I've got the map correct in my head, if he were even to turn incorrectly down the main street where this house is, that would be a parole violation. So our position is that parole's assessment here, and I know the numbers are what they are, but that covers both issues. So it's not like there's some kind of leeway to go even closer to that facility. He isn't going that way. He cannot, or he's in violation of what's been set up for him.
Judge, Ms. Roach says if he lived there, he'd be sentenced to his grandfather.
He's not, though. They specifically moved to
Okay,
make, thank you, though.
yes.
Miss Roach is watching to make sure, because if you were living somewhere already, there's kind of a grandfathered in, but they specifically moved to try to make it better. And okay. Well, here's what I'll do. I will allow a modification of number 33. But I want it to somehow, some type of addendum or attachment that's very specific, because this isn't going to be a exception for all, only for this specific. So I will need probably the address of that church, so that in the orders it says that you can be within 574 feet of that specific place. 33 stays the same for everywhere else. So it can be 33 can read like it does, and then you can add with the exception of that one place. Also, at least for, I would say, 6 months or so, or maybe depending on how probation feels once he gets going, and if he's following all the rules and treatment and things like that with the LSOTP and all of that stuff, then I want a GPS monitoring device on at least for a minimum of 6 months to make sure that the rules are being followed, that he's going the right way, and there's not any issues. And that way, once we're all more comfortable with how things are going now that he's out of prison, then I'm okay with getting rid of that once you're okay with that, if he's following through with treatment and everything like that. Make sense? Okay.
Just one point there. There's not a school.
It's not the school issue, it's just the church.
The church. Yeah, the church with the, so I want that, that's the only exception, and the exception is the 574. So like you said, turn the other way, don't get any closer than what you're saying. That way there won't be an issue with it being any closer than what you're saying at any times that it would show up on that GPS. Make sense? Okay?
Yes.
All right, thanks. Y'all are free to go.
In the end, the judge allowed Adam to stay, but only under tight GPS monitoring for 6 months. One wrong turn, and his freedom vanishes. What do you think? Was that fair or too risky? If you love real courtroom twists like this, hit subscribe and join K-Strip, where every verdict tells a story you won't believe.